Moms. We're coming to you from MILF Estates, and we have a special guest today.
Do we? Ramsey.
Yes.
You're talking about Jalen Ramsey? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, who else is here? It's just us and the cat.
If you had a surprise or something. Jalen Ramsey.
No, I do not have I do not have a surprise for y'all.
He's not
what's going on.
He needs his own little headset.
Yes, he does. So he can purr into that. Yeah.
I know.
Anyways, we have a lot to talk about. It was a crazy weekend at college football. So Annabelle has a ton to tell us about. Did a bunch of like kid stuff this weekend, so I can kind of tell you guys about all of that, my volunteer work. And then poor Triss, I mean, she's like in Hurricane Central, like right now.
Again.
So she got hit again. So we'll talk about that, like what she's doing, and how boring the Sunday night football game was last night.
Oh my God.
I turned it off and went to sleep because I was so tired.
I had on playoff baseball along with the Sunday night football, which was very exciting. Well, if you're a Padres fan, it was very exciting, but
yeah. Well, we can talk about that in a second. All right. So you can find us on Spotify, Apple, also irrationalmoms.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hey, leave us a comment. We always love fan comments and questions too. All right. So Triss, what is your awesome snack? Because I know you've been running around. Tell us about what's going on.
I know.
Running around and then
what was left in the store when you went in there?
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't as bad, but the toilet paper aisle was definitely bare. I didn't even get any of that because it's not necessary. Like I was at Walmart last week when that last one was going to hit, and I got like some mega roll pack. It's like gigantic. Yeah. Only needed the one, so I just got that. But yeah, I keep water on hand. Like I usually have several cases just because I'm a diva and I like to have electrolyte waters. Yeah. I usually order several cases at a time from Amazon. So I just went and got like some extra stuff, but I did get a little snack. I've never tried this before. I got one of these, Lindor. Did I say that right? It's a little too fancy for me.
Not
Lindt. Yeah, I think that's right.
Lindor. It's a caramel milk chocolate truffle bar. And I love caramel and chocolate. So
sounds good.
Yeah. Did I do that one candy bar thing last week? What was that I did that you sent me, Annabelle? Or was that the
Kinder Bueno thing?
Oh, it was a Kinder Bueno. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, those are okay. They're so wafery. But we're gonna give this a try. It looks like a Kit Kat, only I know that it's not a Kit Kat. So
I love Kit Kat.
Ooh.
My kids love that brand of like chocolate.
Oh my God, that tastes so fancy.
The chocolate's good.
Yeah, especially it's a little like a little tube, or what is it, like a bar,
like a very skinny bar. Oh my God, that's delicious. That's like some fancy ass chocolate. It's a little too high class for me. I don't usually get this. Usually, I'm a big cup kind of girl. See, speaking of your T-shirt.
I know. What's going on here?
I love it.
Together.
Well, I got it. It's from Angel Reese's Collective. She did a collab with Reese's, which I think is great because Reese's is like my favorite candy. I love Reese's Pieces so much and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. So I'm like, I'll get that shirt. It's got my favorite candy on it. And I like Angel Reese also. I like Angel Reese. I also like Caitlin Clark, for the record. There's no hater in me.
She got one vote to be Rookie of the Year, which made it not unanimous for Caitlin Clark.
Somebody did that out of spite.
Right. They really did.
I mean, if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, she would have won it, but Caitlin Clark is amazing. So just want to be clear, I'm not wearing this shirt in any kind of hater or political way. I love Reese's, and I like both the women and what they're doing to women's basketball, just to be clear. Nobody come for me because this is a great shirt.
It is a great shirt. Anything that has chocolate peanut butter together, I'm like, I'm all in.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Sometimes we do, like I have the Reese's, like actual peanut butter, the Reese's brand, like peanut butter. And then like you get a little scoop of that and a little scoop of Nutella. Man, that's dangerous.
No, last week was your cookie thing. Your cookie.
Yeah.
Brownie, peanut butter brownie thing you had last week.
Oh, yeah.
That was your snack.
Protein brownie.
Oh, that's right. I was like, man, what did I do? I totally forgot. That comes in handy. I got snacky at the end of the night after that, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna eat some spoonfuls of that.
You know, another snack. Have you guys tried?
I love that your snacks are all chocolate. My snacks, if I'm gonna have something, I'm like, okay, where's the popcorn? Where's the nachos? Yeah.
Have you guys
I
seen
mean,
the Reese's peanut butter pretzels that they sell? These
No.
things are like a sin. You're committing a sin by eating them. They are the best snack I've ever had. And I was going to show you, but I realized I ate them all last night. But they're like Reese's peanut butter dipped pretzels, and they are insanely good.
Okay, or is it like, how does it come? Like, is it a bar or is
No,
it
it's like in a little snack bag, like chip snack size.
No way, no, that's not okay.
What do you mean?
You could eat the whole. I would eat the whole bag.
No, you can eat like 3.
What?
You can only eat like 3 or 4. Otherwise, it's too much sugar. Like I mostly prefer salty snacks too. I don't really want to eat that much.
I have all kind of stuff.
Oh, wait,
But we do have a dessert.
Do you have enough snacks?
I
to
do.
make it through the hurricane.
I
That's all
have
need to know.
I have a
Oh.
tub. Oh, I have seen those before.
Oh,
Get them. They are good.
Yeah, I have a tub of Nestle Toll House cookie dough. I have some of those Otis Spunkenmeyer. I'm sorry, he's so needy right now. There's cookies, and I've got my little drawer in the fridge of my big cup peanut butter cups, and among other things. There's a few healthy ones in there. I have lots of protein snacks. I eat tons of the Lenny and Larry protein cookies. Snickerdoodle is legit. But yeah, I keep plenty of snacks on hand.
Nice.
just in case
Just
something
in case.
happens, we have to make sure you're okay, Tris.
Exactly.
You know, that you're going to have
Oh.
enough snacks that will last you like a week. In case
I
of
know.
anything.
How would I survive without snacks?
Because we
I
probably,
know.
I'm sure no one will be delivering, so we can't even like send you anything.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. We
Right.
could deliver something. We could, but I'm sure Amazon's going to be like, can't deliver out there. Okay, so tell
Yeah.
us what is the update now on Hurricane Milton?
Milton.
The last
What's
update.
such a horrible name? Why did they come up with these? It should be a Hurricane Michael, Mitch, whatever,
Like
right?
I could put strychnine in the water supply. Like it. I mean, Milton from
Yeah.
Office Space is like an ultimate amazing character.
Yes. I don't know. Last thing I saw, which was just before we got on here, was that it was a category 5, but that it was potentially going to go back down to maybe a 4 or a 3 even by the time it hits on Wednesday. But there's still, regardless of how much it slows down, I think we're still looking at 150 mile an hour winds, because right now they're at 180.
Well, and the thing
So-
that I read too is like, okay, so landfall is category 3. It doesn't matter. The winds are still catastrophic. And even
Yeah.
if the winds drop a lot, you still have the rain and the storm surges, which are going to be catastrophic no matter what. And so I even read, I couldn't sleep last night. They were talking about how the winds dying down is just going to spread the rain out more and make the rain more intense. I don't know how that works because I don't know. How much
Yeah.
You're not a meteorologist.
exactly.
I mean,
But
the
sounds
ground here is, the ground here is already so saturated just from last week. So that
Right.
makes it worse because the ground gets saturated. That's when trees start coming down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've got projectiles. I've got coconuts still up in my backyard. So hopefully, hopefully these hurricane grade, I don't know what they're called, but like all of the windows on the bottom
Storm
floor
windows.
here. Yeah, they're at a certain level, so that's helpful. Generator, all that stuff.
I wonder why they don't make the upstairs ones that way too. Because isn't the higher up going to get stronger wind, kind of, or no?
Yeah, but I think maybe it's because likely if you're going to hunker down, you're going to be downstairs, not in the upstairs,
So it keeps you
unless
safe.
there's flooding. Yeah, so
Okay.
I
Right.
guess it really just depends.
But your house is your house high enough up that it would have that small floods wouldn't impact you? Like, are you up high enough?
Yeah, I think it would have to be at least 10 to 15 feet of water to touch upstairs. And I don't even know if it might be closer to 15 feet because the second floor is pretty high up there.
Right.
So yeah,
I mean, you have
don't
high
know,
ceilings,
hopefully.
but I mean, even just your house, is it in a low area or is it higher up? You know what I mean?
That's
I mean, is there like, are you about like 2 feet off the ground? Like when you walk into your house, do you have to come up a couple steps?
Not too much, but like when you're pulling into the drive, it is a little bit of an incline. So
Okay,
that's good.
there's a little bit of that. Yeah.
Okay.
You got some wiggle room because, like, a friend of mine in Atlanta, they had flooding, and she has a condo, and basically the street is, on a gradual incline. So her house was fine, but then halfway down the street was all underwater. Just from having that little incline is what saved her. I mean, obviously it wasn't as bad where she is, but I mean, it was devastating for some people.
Yeah.
Right. We did drain the pool a little bit more. I don't really know how much that helps or doesn't help, but I suppose water could go in there.
Well, and the pool will have like a automatic it will drain itself if it gets to a certain level too, because ours does that thing. Like
I
if
have a
it's
question.
too high,
because I meant to ask this last week. Okay, when you drain your pool, where does the water go?
Yeah.
Like where does it?
It goes out into the street.
So it's still putting water out in the.
Yeah,
into the drain, into the actual drain. Yeah, into the storm drain. Yeah, well, so it has like it has like a little there's a little, I don't know if it's a valve or just like a little, I don't know what it is. Like it will actually just start automatically, if it gets to a certain level, it will start draining itself, so it doesn't
like a bathtub.
Yeah. I don't know if ours automatically does, but there's this whole little inner working of pipes on the side of the house and a bunch of different levers. And I know some of the levers, not all the levers, but one of them drains it and it actually goes out into the preserve because there's preserve on both sides of our house. So it just kind of goes out into the wilderness. I don't know.
Which is good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
it probably does. I think it's probably something that almost all pools probably have. It's just, I don't even know where ours is. I think it's stuck like under some rock where it's kind of hidden. So it's really hard to see. But I know it's there because it's happened. Like, because we've had really bad storms here, like the last couple winters where I'm like, oh my, not like what you're dealing with, but enough where I'm like, holy heck, like what's going on? And then we've had branches, like huge branches, like redwood branches, like fall on the bottom of the pool. And
your backyard, that last one, I was like, it was unrecognizable. It was so bad back there.
There's so many trees back there.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll be fine. So when do you have to board up the windows, or do you have to? Is it just not that bad there?
I don't know.
I don't think you do it if you have the hurricane windows. People are doing it now. They should be doing it now.
Yeah, that's probably true. And the only reason, like, this house is newer, it's only 10 years old. So they had all these specifications, I guess, after Hurricane Andrew. So there's a lot more specifications that this house was built into this place, which is nice. But yeah, I'm sure people are already boarding up stuff. That's probably why the gym's closing, because it's anytime. It's not like they don't have anybody there half the time anyways, but that's probably what they mean when they say they're closing up, that they're probably boarding up stuff.
So when are you expecting to start getting like rain and wind?
Well, we're already getting rain pretty much nonstop.
Okay.
But I think the winds and stuff are supposed to start sometime tomorrow. I actually got an email from the gun range. This is South Florida people, but I got an email from the gun range today that's like, okay, tomorrow we're going to be open from 10 to 8 or until the weather starts getting a little wild, closed on Wednesday, and then Thursday resume as normal. Okay. All right, sure. I mean, it'd be nice if that's how it pans out. If it's just wind and rain,
right,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I hope that's all you guys. I hope it's not too bad there. I mean, it sucks for other people, but I hope for your sake it keeps going north a little bit.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, I can drive further down south, but it's kind of like a tough situation because like all of Florida is having.
Yeah, it's going to blanket the whole state. It's going to be a mess. Yeah. I mean, the best thing probably is just be able to, as long as you can get your most important things upstairs if there's flooding, right? Then you're probably fine.
Yeah, I'll start some of that. Stuff are. I don't know. I kind of want to just see how things go. Not that I want to wait till the last minute, but I'll probably put the dog car seats in the car. Be prepared. So safety first.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, keep us posted on what happens if you have to evacuate with your dogs and put them in their car seats.
Yes.
So, can we talk about last night, how boring it was? Talking about last night. Okay. Total rain or storm delay on Sunday Night Football because of the weather, which was like crazy.
Late game. I was like, holy cow.
I know. So Liz Marie and her husband were here last night and we're watching football and I'm like, okay,
oh
cool.
No, she's a Steelers fan.
Yeah, she's a Steelers fan. And I'm like, this will be a good game. But they ended up having to leave at halftime because the game started so late.
Yeah.
Like an hour and a half late.
Yep.
And it was just boring as it was boring. Yeah. I went to bed early, like fourth quarter. I'm like, I can't take it.
It was pretty.
Who was that? Steelers and who? Who did they
Cowboys.
play?
Cowboys.
Oh, that's right.
It was just like trading interceptions, and it was really weird. It was like I would look at it because I had it I'm in a hotel, so I don't have my, sports bar TV set up. So I have like the one hotel TV, and then I have my iPad. So the hotel TV had the Padres.
Can you tell
game.
everybody what that means? Like, how is your setup like at home?
Well, I have like a massive large screen TV, and then next to it I have two smaller ones. That way I can have on, multiple games, because, on Sundays I like to have like my game on plus maybe a split screen thing and like the Red Zone channel. But see, right now October's like my favorite because there's football, but then there's also still baseball if your team's in the playoffs. So October's super fun. I like to have sports to watch every day. So anyway, last night I had the football game just on my iPad, and I would glance over and I would see one of the teams was like in the red zone. And then I would look back in 10 minutes and the score was the same. And I'm like, what are you really? Like, everyone sucks here. So boring. But the Padres game, on the other hand, so this was game 2 of their NLDS series with the Dodgers. So since you guys don't really pay attention to baseball, the winner of this plays in the National League Championship Series. That's like basically semifinals, and whoever wins the semis goes to the World Series. Okay.
So it's very much like a AFC NFC playoff game. If
National
they
League
win,
and American League.
Yes,
correct. Okay. So the Padres are playing the Dodgers. It's funny because Dodgers fans are always like, well, their Padres aren't rivals. They suck. They never win anything, which is sort of true. However, 2 years ago, the Padres beat the Dodgers in the NLDS. They eliminated them. And then this year, the Padres, they played multiple times over the season, and the Padres won the season series. So it's like, I guess they don't suck that bad if they're beating you guys. I get the point that they never won anything, and it's a small market team. But anyway, the Dodgers, first of all, if you ever see fights at stadiums, it's going to be Raiders fans, 49ers fans, and Dodger fans, are predominantly Steelers also. The Steelers might be the worst. They're terrible. But that's my own personal bias, since some woman tried to fight me sitting in my seats at a game last year. But the Dodgers fans, so in the beginning of the game, Mookie Betts, Dodgers player, hits what would be a home run, and the Padres outfielder catches the ball like 2 rows back in the stands, right? Insane catch. But what he does, now this guy Profar, I'm going to digress for a second. Jurickson Profar, he has been my daughter's favorite player on the Padres for a while. He's been through a lot. The beginning of the year, the Dodgers catcher Will Smith said that he's like, Profar, that guy's irrelevant. And Profar went on to have by far the best season of his career in his 10th year in the MLB. So people kind of think, Will Smith talking crap really got him motivated. So Profar catches this ball, and nobody knows he's caught it. Mookie Betts is doing his home run thing. They're like lighting off the fireworks and the sound for a home run. And Profar, Matt will have to show it. Profar kind of like hops back, and only the guy that thought he caught it, the fan, is the only one that realized at first that Profar has it. And he's just like, and Profar's kind of jumping up and down. And then he turns around and throws it, and they realize it's not a home run. I think Mookie was at third base or something. So, of course, the Dodgers fans were furious. This was definitely a troll move. It was diabolical and hilarious, okay? But then later in the game, because the Dodgers fans are such POS, they're throwing baseballs and stuff at him on the field. And the game has to be delayed. They have to get the umps out there. They have to make announcements that you can't throw stuff on the field. Then on the other side of the field, they're like throwing beers at Tatis. And, the Dodgers manager's like, well, it was just one fan and they caught it. No, it was tons of fans. The night before at the Dodgers game, around that same section, guys were fighting and fell into the field and were fighting security on the field. And now Dodgers fans are almost always fighting each other too, which is the other ridiculous thing. Like, you're not even fighting the other team. You're just fighting each other. It's like they're the most self-loathing fan base in the world. Anyway, seriously though. So the game has to get delayed. It was this whole bunch of drama. And then Padres go on to hit like 5 home runs in the next inning. They're just like, F you outfield. And so they just beat the Dodgers like, was it 11-1 or 10-1 or something? It was ridiculous.
So it was a good game.
It was exciting if you're Padres fans. So the next game will be Tuesday in San Diego. This is a best of 5 series. So they're tied at 1-1. So we are going to go down and go to that game on Tuesday. Well, I am. And I cannot wait and it's funny because the Dodgers fans have been throwing tantrums on social media about the restrictions on the tickets. Now, I've seen lots of teams do this for playoffs. They restrict the zip codes that can buy tickets. So ostensibly you want your fans to be able to get the tickets, right? Dodgers fans crybabies. I've heard of lots of. I remember the Rams did this for the NFC playoff a couple years ago in their Super Bowl year, and these people are losing their minds. This is why we don't want you at Petco Park, because all you do is start fights and be complete a-holes. Like, I'm sorry, but no matter what a player says to you, you don't throw things on the field. To me, it's the equivalent of like when somebody like mouths off to a cop and then the cop beats them. Like, okay, the guy shouldn't have been mouthing off, but the equal retaliation is not to beat them, right? Like, that's not an acceptable response, because there's a big
no, but I mean, I do like the fact that, like, I think there should be a majority of the tickets, maybe like 2/3 or something, go to like the home teams and like the home team's fans, right? I think if you are a diehard fan and you want to travel like to that area to see your team play, you should also have that opportunity.
But you can. You just buy them resale. The only way, first of all, here's the thing. The only way.
But resale is like, you kind of get screwed resale.
There's no tickets available other than resale. That's a dumb argument. The tickets for these games, for Padres guys, not on the Dodgers, the Padres tickets were sold out within 5 minutes of releasing them, because they almost all went to season ticket members. I bought extra ones too. I'm part of that. We got a pre-sale. So I got my own tickets, plus I could buy extra. So these tickets are already gone. So the only way you can buy them for period is resale. That's the only avenue. So people acting like this Ticketmaster thing where you can't buy them, you weren't going to get them anyway, regardless, no matter what your zip code was. So it's really a moot argument, or a moot point. Like, it wasn't possible. Dodgers fans will still be at Petco. I guarantee. They're the fan base that spends the most money on resale tickets. Like, they're willing to spend any amount. The game I can't attend, insane. I'm selling my tickets to the game I can't go to, and I hope to make enough to cover the entire cost of all my playoff tickets. I
love it. So, I mean, do they release like more and more tickets, or is it like a package that you buy for like the whole playoff season, or is it just for that particular bracket that they're in right now?
Well, if you're a season ticket holder, you basically get first right of refusal for your tickets, and they have several ways to do it. The way I chose to do in the past and this year is pay as you play. So if they make it to the NLCS, then they automatically charge you for, I think, 3 nights of baseball or something. Well, for this one, it was because, you're only going to play so many home games. So basically, if they win this series against the Dodgers, then they will automatically run my credit card for the next series. And then anything that doesn't get played just goes back into your account. So then I could opt out of getting those. You do that earlier in the year. You can opt out if you don't want them at all. And then those just get sold to the public. But I think most people in my position, you just get the tickets and you resell the ones you don't want to go to, because you can make money on the playoff tickets normally. So there was only a little bit of tickets that even went on sale to the public, period. It was mostly tickets that were season ticket holders didn't want. Like, there was not a lot of inventory. Like, when if you are a season ticket holder, you're going to want to go to the playoff game, right? Yeah,
because you're not going to want to be like, oh, well, we came this far and spent this much money. I don't want to have to do like another, like,
and a lot of people will use it to make money, because I mean, especially where I sit is really expensive. So I don't actually feel bad if I'm going to sell my tickets for the Wednesday game, because Dodgers fans might buy them. I have no control over that. The zip code thing is only if you're like buying the tickets, the regular tickets through Ticketmaster, which aren't even available. So anyway, it was a whole bunch of.
It's not even a point. It's not even a point. Okay. Well,
no, but they make it one because they're crybabies. And I remember no offense, Matt, the 49ers fans cried like crazy about this in the playoff game 2 years ago. They lost their minds. They couldn't believe. And it was still 50% 49ers fans. I'm like, what are you guys throwing a tantrum about? Obviously, you're still getting the tickets. Like, you're not really being barred from getting these tickets.
Okay, so with that, we should roll right over to college football. I did not watch any college football this weekend. I hardly even watched any football. Let me tell you, I was at a cross-country meet, and then I've been packing like crazy and like getting stuff ready because I'm going to leave and go out of town like at noon today. And then I'll be gone until like Sunday night. But anyways, and then yesterday morning I was up like super early, went and did some volunteer work with my high schooler for the Urban Cow. Actually went out there and like worked one of the aid stations. So, and there was like, I don't know, like 3,000 people that ran by. I didn't even look to see who it was because I'm like, you're filling up water and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, and then it's just been a busy weekend. So I only saw like little clips of football here and there. I did see the end of the Niners game where, Purdy threw an interception and lost the game. That was not looking pretty at all. So
sorry, Matt.
I'm a little bit surprised. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that the Niners are kind of not doing that good this year, Matt.
I don't think they're I don't think they're very good, but I mean, I'm guessing
he said it's early.
I mean,
it is early, and you're right. It's early, and then also you don't know
when they still have their superstars out, right? I
Yeah.
think that CMC and Kittle are still out. I'm not sure about Debo, and also remember Purdy, Brandon Ayuk wasn't playing in the preseason or in camp or something, so Purdy didn't have any chemistry with him going. I don't know. I mean, I still think they're going to get it together. I think they're too good to not, but
yeah,
it's a little weird.
I think so too.
Not going to lie,
it is. It's been a little weird season, just like in NFL so far. What is going on? I mean, the Vikings are still looking really good. I'm like, what?
The Vikings are like the best. Oh, hello. The Vikings are like the best team in the NFL, which is wild. But I mean, I guess I'm not mad about it. It's just because it's somewhat different, Yeah. Anybody but the Chiefs, really? Okay.
Hey, this is how I said this. How I feel about the Chiefs is probably how everybody felt about Alabama. So I wasn't too upset about them getting beaten.
That was weird, though. It's almost like
it was
Alabama
weird.
They used all their motivation last week against Georgia, and then this week just kind of coasted. And that's a mistake that it happens when you're at a certain level of greatness for a long time, where it's hard. I've said this about Kirby Smart, where it's like, how do you get these guys motivated when you've been good for so long? How do you keep that? There's a different level of fire you need to have to maintain it, and it's hard. And I mean, Vandy had that. They said that that the biggest motivator they had was that quote from Nick Saban, and they literally put up Nick Saban on the video board at the end, trolling because Saban said no one ever loses at Vandy.
Yeah, he was just asking for that, but I think it was so high of coming down from that Georgia game. I am thankful that they didn't lose to Georgia and then also lose to Vandy. At least, there's a balance of I don't know, who knows what's going to happen in college football because so many ranked teams lost to unranked teams. It was wild.
This weekend was bonkers. We had multiple games going on phones. It was so good. So there was 5 teams in the top 15 that lost. So Alabama lost, Tennessee lost, which this was my favorite one because almost all Georgia fans will agree. We hate Tennessee the most. That hideous orange, that ear-splitting Rocky Top song.
That's right. And that's the love relationship between Alabama and Georgia is that they both hate Tennessee just the same.
And there's a respect there. Whereas with Tennessee, they got that Bobby Hill looking coach, Josh Heupel. Please blurt out the cuss words. I don't want us to get suppressed. But literally this guy, I look at him and I want to barf. I hate this guy. And it is.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, the dude really looks more like Bobby Hill than Andy Reid looks like a walrus. Okay, if that tells you anything. I even made a cute little graphic that I sent you guys that compared to them. But so Tennessee lost, which is good because, see, if you're in the SEC, especially the SEC, first of all, it's more of a gauntlet this year than ever. Everyone is good for the most part. And I feel like there's more parity. There's less one team is going to run away with everything, which Georgia losing and Alabama losing have shown that.
Yeah.
But also, if you're like me and your team lost a game, you want every other team in the conference to at least lose a game. That way you're kind of evened out and everybody has a chance, right?
Yeah.
Because if Tennessee, Alabama, and Ole Miss go undefeated, then Georgia's screwed. So Tennessee lost. Mizzou lost, which was shocking to Texas A&M. Mizzou is really a defensive powerhouse with these big old beefy dudes. That was really shocking. There was a rematch from last year's national championship game between Washington and Michigan lost, which happy to see their downfall. And then USC lost, and Cal almost beat Miami. Miami was ranked 8th, and Cal almost beat them. They were beating them by 30 points for most of the game, and then USC managed to come. Miami managed to come back. So it was really just crazy weekend. It was so exciting if you love college football.
Yeah.
You love college football.
Loved it.
Which is a lot of people. It's not you, but it's many
No,
people.
I do like watching it. I mean, if I'm around on a Saturday and I have nothing else to do, it's cool. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I like did, yeah, it was just crazy. Like,
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, can we? Well, unless there's something else for college football to talk about, the
think so.
Dolphins won, and I'm excited about that. But I'm still learning some of these rules. There's some interesting new rules, and I don't know if this one is new, but the Patriots getting that touchdown at the end, and then it got reversed because apparently, I guess I could be wrong on this, but my understanding is he had a toe in and then his heel came down, which put him out of bounds. But if he had slid his toe into being out of bounds, then the touchdown would have stood. So that's just wild to me.
because
But
it
we-
was like,
we're
he's like,
saved by
it
a
was this,
toe.
if you have it
Yeah.
just like on a little bit of the line and then out, then you're gonna be and you
Yeah.
come out. Yeah, you're out. But if you like, if you put both your feet in
Right.
and you slide
Yeah.
in, because you see these receivers do it all the time, right? And
Yeah.
it's so impressive the way they'll catch the ball, like, and like
Yeah.
even like on the in the end zone, or even if it's like on the line where it's like they are leaning and they're putting their toes in.
Like-
it's just like, I'm like, that is amazing. I'm like, I don't know what the
Yes.
heck you do. Like, I don't know like what special like superpower you have that you can keep your toes in.
To
and
have
roll
the
out.
awareness of like where you are on the field,
I know.
specifically to know to like, oh, tippy toe it or.
But you have to remember, like, that's what they do all day long, right?
Right.
And then it's like,
Yeah.
that's what they're practicing.
But
and
the
like,
body
just-
control
and
is amazing. Like
Yes,
I can't even
it's incredible.
control my body going upstairs like for 100% of the time. So I don't know how they can.
I
have that
get my
much
trip and I'm like, what?
Right. Right. Meanwhile they're tight roping on their tiptoes while being tackled. Like, come on. I feel like there was another situation that had a touchdown like that where it was like part of the foot was in and the heel came down out of bounds. And I guess it means you've not got your foot fully down if you're in the motion of stepping is different than dragging.
Well, tonight will be an interesting game. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, the Chiefs are going to win anyway, so.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Saints in New Orleans.
Ooh,
Be an upset.
You and your cousin rivalry game tonight.
I know. He actually texted me last week and he's like, "Hey, why don't we fly down to like New Orleans for this game?" And he's he sent me pictures of like where we could sit. He's like, "We can get $400 tickets here, like right over here. It's pretty cheap, or we can sit over here." And I'm like, I have a conference. Like, I have a conference tonight. Yeah, I know, right?
I would have
it's
gone to the game.
middle. We also like my deer season started on Saturday too, so I'm like missing the first like 4 days of hunting season because I have to go to this damn conference. But so I have to leave out of here like at noon for that. But I know, but there's also the game on the Niners versus the Chiefs on the 20th. But the problem with that is that like that's the last day of hunting season, and then I got to turn around and go to Idaho the next day. So,
are you going to go to that game or no?
No, I'm going to go to Idaho. I'm going to probably leave early and go to Idaho. Drive up and stay in Bend, Oregon, maybe. I don't know. Or drive through. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I know.
I have a personal vendetta against Bend, Oregon.
I know you do. Okay, so I think we need to wrap it up. All right, so it's been a fun.
Wait, we didn't even talk about the NFL.
We kind of did.
I mean, I guess we did a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Well, we talked about the Dolphins at least. I don't know.
That's true.
What else?
You want to talk about your Rams game?
I mean, the Rams are awful. Oh my God. It's like one of the worst football teams I've ever seen. I mean, just it's astonishingly bad. I actually was telling Matt yesterday, I'm considering like getting rid of my season tickets after this year because, I mean, I'm not like I'm a fair weather fan. I still have my team, but spending that much money
I can hear the kitty purr.
continuous. Oh my gosh, can you?
No, I can't. It's just a little.
It's so funny. He's not a laugh cat. He never does this. I don't know what's
He
going on
wants
today.
his voice to be heard. Okay,
Little
him
Rammy's
speak.
cute. I guess it's hard to spend that much money to see really bad football, like continuously for years. I don't know how people do it. Like I'll still watch and be a fan, but it's a ton of money, and you can't even sell the tickets for face value ever, unless it's to a 49ers game. That's the only scenario. So a lot of people that have been buying tickets as investments, they consider them, are really fucked right now because you ain't making no money on that.
No, that's actually a good point. And I mean, that's not, you're still going to watch them, but I mean, it is a lot of money.
Right. And it's not like I can watch every game. So it's like, I'm spending all this money and I can't even, like, I'm not buying them to sell them, but if you can't go, and I mean, nobody even wants to go because they suck. That's really sad. When Matthew Stafford threw that last interception yesterday, they said the stadium erupted because it was mostly Packers fans, and that just sucks. I don't want to contribute to that, but it's not my fault. The tickets are so expensive that Rams fans don't want to buy them. You know.
Well, you think they're expensive because of the stadium?
I was about to say that bougie ass stadium.
Absolutely.
Barbacoa and nachos. Crazy.
Hey, I made barbacoa last night. Barbacoa, like beef last night.
Did you? I had a
and I made nachos out of it too, Tress.
Sometimes I just want crappy nachos. I just want regular crappy nachos. That's it.
See, I never want stadium nachos because I don't like runny cheese. I'll get the ones at Petco. They have the steak, the tri-tip nachos. I'll get those. Those are really good. But I don't typically like the runny cheese whiz stuff. Like stadium nacho cheese. I'd rather have like the nice crumbly Mexican cheese.
Me too. I want that on there, and I want it like kind of like I don't want it like gooey, like from I don't want that like the nacho cheese.
Liquid.
I want it like I don't want the liquid. I want it to be like where it's cooked and it's all like kind of crispy or it's just like it's melted.
Like unless I can have the white queso, that you get in like Tex-Mex places, that kind of to dip. I love that, but I don't want the yellow stadium cheese.
Although I do buy it for my kids, like when they have friends over, because I'm like, oh,
yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say about football?
No,
I don't know.
It's been a roller coaster already. It just started, so
it really has. I know. It's.
I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, it's no fun if the same teams like all the time. It's fine. Alabama's had a reign. They're not bad, but there's a lot of other good teams, and that makes it fun. So
and other than Texas, the teams that are ahead of Georgia and Alabama now, it's like Ohio State, Penn State. They haven't played anyone. I'm sorry, but they haven't. Like the SEC schedule, people can say what they want about the SEC, but for the most part, and this year specifically, nobody's playing anyone yet. The SEC teams are the only ones that have had tough games. So ultimately that stuff will matter at the end of the year. I really think that the team to beat is Texas. I think that's
and we don't play Texas this year, so
we do. So think about it. Georgia actually has the hardest schedule of anyone.
You guys too.
And the whole because not only are we playing Alabama and Texas, but both games are away games for us, and that's huge. So I think that if anybody's going to beat Texas, Georgia has a chance, but honestly, we're not going to know till we see the game. I have no idea what it's going to look like, and it depends if Quinn Ewers is back. They play in 2 weeks, so I think he's supposed to be back, but I'm not 100% sure. So, I mean, Arch Manning is their backup, so and he's been good, but Quinn Ewers is a little bit scary, honestly. I think he'll be the number 1 quarterback drafted, despite what people say about Deion's son. I think it'll be Quinn.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I know we need to wrap it up. Tress, gotta stay safe.
Take it away.
Stay safe,
Tress.
Please.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll stay safe. It is actually raining again right now, so I gotta go move some furniture inside from outside. But yes, we will be back with more snacks, and I will keep you guys updated. I may have a little weather woman update.
Yes, I want to see that.
I want to see live updates on the YouTube channel of you as weather woman. That will be amazing.
I will see.
Everyone wants to see that, I guarantee.
And can you put like not boots? We want high heels. Pink high heels with a rain jacket. And I want you out there. Like
I don't have a rain. Wait, I might.
You have a rain jacket?
I don't really have a rain jacket. No. So
do you have like a poncho?
Or
you could just be out there in a black trench coat and just go get warm and shower after.
Yeah.
Or what you could do is put a plastic bag over you. It's still sexy.
This is very true. I do have the trash bags. That part I could.
That would actually be really funny. You should cut the arms out and everything. And
sleeveless.
It'll be
like that's really bringing out the Texan in me.
It'll be like when you wore a potato sack, Poindexter. It'll just be like, this is my rain jacket.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Plastic bag. Or get one of those like Walmart see-through ponchos, they're like $3.
I have
a bunch of those.
I'm gonna wrap a rope around my waist and then to one of the pillars in the backyard to make sure I don't
blow away.
Yes.
That's a good point.
That would be amazing.
Please anchor yourself.
Yes.
We can't have you fly away.
Yeah, and we don't want a coconut hitting you either and knocking you out. So stay away from the pool.
That's That's true.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
do. We'll do.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week, and Tris will be back. Hopefully, she won't float away.
Half of my candy bar just fell out.
All right, and don't forget to find us on irrationalmoms.com. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, and then there's also Spotify, Apple, and there is X, our Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. So we'll see you all next week.
See you next week. We'll be back next
Bye.
week.